There goes Puppy Dog from Hell on their first dance with Monza 1966 road course. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Alright, Eddie G has put down a 1:55.094. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Alfa Romeo GTAM.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Oi, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
There's the first flying lap for Eddie G, hitting 1:53.055. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Look at Puppy Dog from Hell taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Eddie G posted 1:53.055 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? There's Puppy Dog from Hell, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Monza 1966 road course.
Eddie G has a best lap time of 1:53.055. And there's Puppy Dog from Hell, easing out onto Monza 1966 road course. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Eddie G has a best lap time of 1:53.055. Ever heard the pit crew chat about wheel camber? Sounds like a dance move, but trust me, it's all car talk.
Haha, yeah, camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the road. A bit of negative camber, where the top of the tire leans inwards, can give more grip in the corners. But too much and you're looking at premature wear on the inside of the tire. It's a balancing act, and each track requires its own setting.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
And away goes Puppy Dog from Hell, charging down Ready Philo Tribune like a bull at a gate. This lap's where they set the tone for the session.
Indeed, Rob. It's about laying down a marker, seeing how the car responds when they dial everything up to 11. They're testing the waters, but also setting their own benchmarks.
Eddie G's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:52.872. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Look at Puppy Dog from Hell go, they're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Eddie G crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 4:10.574. They're getting to grips with Monza 1966 road course, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
With just 267 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
There's the first flying lap for Puppy Dog from Hell, hitting 205.656. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Eddie G posted 10.574 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Alright, Puppy Dog from Hell has put down a 205.656. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Alfa Romeo GTAM.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Eddie G has a best lap time of 1:52.872. Puppy Dog from Hell's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:54.125. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Eddie G posted a 10.574 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 1:54.077. You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a Barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
With just 258 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Puppy Dog from Hell's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:54.356. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Alright, Eddie G has put down a 4:10.574. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Alfa Romeo GTAM.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Puppy Dog from Hell posted 1:53.659 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Eddie G has a best lap time of 1:52.872. Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Watch as Joe Ergu takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything: the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Megasaurus 55 is on the outlap, not just warming up the tires, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Joe Ergu's on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
There goes Richard Rossia on their first dance with Monza 1966 road course. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
And off goes Megasaurus 55, easing into the rhythm of Monza 1966 road course. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Look at Richard Rossia taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
And there's Joe Ergu, easing out onto Monza 1966 road course. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this outlap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
There's Richard Rossia, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The outlap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Monza 1966 road course.
Sunrider is on the outlap, not just warming up the tires, but also warming up their instincts, getting the racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Puppy Dog from Hell posted a 1:53.333 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 1:49.957. Puppy Dog from Hell crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking at 8:07.902. They're getting to grips with Monza 1966 road course, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Sunrider is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Alfa Romeo GTAM has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They're shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
Richard Rossier's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:49.666. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Mate, these drivers aren't just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
There's the first flying lap for Megasaurus 55, hitting 1:49.301. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
It's time to separate the contenders from the pretenders here at Monza 1966 road course, as the drivers reverend up their engines and put their skills to the test in the qualifying session.
I think there's a few drivers out there who have the pace to stick in on pole.
Megasaurus 55 is on their out lap. What a sublime effort by GTAM team in qualifying. They have taken charge of the session, holding the top position with authority. Their consistency and skill have been unmatched so far, and they are positioning themselves for a favorable starting position.
You're spot on, Rob. GTAM team is showcasing exceptional skill and consistency in this qualifying session. It's a formidable position they hold, and their rivals will need to step up their game to challenge them.
Impressive work from Megasaurus 55, who has claimed 5th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. A solid qualifying performance by Puppy Dog from Hell, positioning them in 4th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. A strong showing from Megasaurus 55 as they currently sit in 5th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
I completely agree, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has positioned themselves impressively in 5th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
Megasaurus 55 has completed their out lap. Incredible performance by GTAM team so far. They have been the benchmark in this qualification session, consistently setting fast lap times and securing the top spot. It's a commanding position for them, and their rivals will be chasing their tail.
You're absolutely right, Rob. GTAM team has asserted their authority on the track with their commanding performance. The gap between them and the rest of the field is quite significant.
GTAM team has completed their out lap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Joe Yu has completed their out lap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Richard Rossier has just completed the lap in 1:49.092. Their best lap so far is 1:49.092. Putting them in P1. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? And there goes Megasaurus 55, currently in position 2. Megasaurus 55 has just completed a lap in 1:49.564. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. Not Clinton Kakaten has positioned themselves well in 4th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. Not Clinton Kakaten has completed their first flying lap in 1:50.509. A solid performance from GTAM team as they currently hold position 4. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. GTAM team will be happy having put themselves into 3rd in this qualifying session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. It's a stellar performance from Not Clinton Kakaten, clinching 2nd.
They're in a great spot, Rob, but in qualifying, complacency can be your worst enemy. They need to keep pushing the limits while staying cool under pressure.
incredible drive by Joe Ergu so far, earning him 7th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up? Joe Ergu has just completed that lap in 1:52.489. Their best lap so far is 1:52.489, putting them in P6. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? It's an impressive showing by Not Clinton Kakaten, currently in 2nd. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
Absolutely, Rob. Not Clinton Kakaten has shown great potential to secure 2nd. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
Impressive display by Joe Ergu, currently sitting in position 6. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. It's a masterclass from Richard Rossia in this qualification session. They have stamped their authority on the track, setting the pace and currently leading the pack. It's an outstanding performance, and they are making their intentions clear for the race ahead. Looks like Richard Rossia is making a statement, securing a spot in 1st.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up.
Not Clinton Kakaten has secured a respectable 2nd in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? What a performance from Megasaurus 55. They currently occupy 3rd on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favorable starting spot?
Great analysis, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has shown excellent pace to secure 3rd. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
With Megasaurus 55 now sitting pretty in 1st, they have got to be feeling good.
True, but in the world of racing, good isn't always good enough. They've got to keep their eye on the prize and aim for perfection on every turn.
A strong showing from Joe Ergu as they currently sit in 7th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. Joe Ergu's got their work cut out for them in 6th. Perhaps adjusting the gear ratios for better acceleration could help knock off a few tenths.
You're on the money, Rob. On a track with this many tight turns, quicker acceleration out of the corners could be key to a faster lap time.
And there goes Not Clinton Kakaten, currently in position 3. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. Currently in 6th, Zhou Yu has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Absolutely, Rob. Jorg Yu has put in a remarkable effort to secure 6th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
Puppy Dog from Hell has positioned themselves well in 8th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Puppy Dog from Hell's current position of 8th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
Wayne Pearson has put in a great effort and currently holds 9th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Wayne Pearson has completed their outlap. Wayne Pearson has completed their outlap. A solid qualifying performance by Wayne Pearson, positioning them in 9th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Monza 1966 road course, as we're getting ready to kick things off. Megasaurus 55 will lead the way from pole position. Richard Rossier is second. The third place on the grid belongs to Not Clinton Kakaten, a driver with plenty of experience. On the 4th grid slot we have Jack M Team.
I'm sure Jack M Team will be expecting to bring home solid points from here.
We see Eddie G sitting in the 5th spot. Zhou Yu is going to be starting from 6th. The 7th starting position belongs to Sunrider, who will be looking to make up ground early on.
But they're going to have to time their moves just right if they want to come out on top.
In the middle of the pack, we have Puppy Dog from Hell starting from the 8th position on the grid. Our 9th place starter, Wayne Pearson, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track. Struth, the lights are dim, and it's time to do the Antipodean tango. Whack that pedal and let's see some scholarly racing.
Every inch counts right now. One wrong wiggle and they'll be singing the blues.
These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race.
Let's hope they all brought their A games today.
It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today.
A good old-fashioned southern standoff, that's what Eddie's doing. Holding their ground, and sometimes that's the best strategy in the early laps.
Look, it's not always the fireworks on track that win the race. Megasaurus 55 is playing it cool, holding their cards close. A setback for Megasaurus 55, who has just been passed. Look at that, they're trading places in every turn, a constant game of cat and mouse. Each driver knows one mistake could cost him dearly. GTAM team has the pedal to the metal chasing Richard Rossia. Hold your breath, folks. These drivers are showing exceptional car control, threading the needle through tight corners. It's a battle for supremacy. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Not Clinton Kakatan is breathing down the neck of Megasaurus 55, not giving him any room to relax.
It's a battle for position as not Clinton Cockadon tries to make a move on Megasaurus 55. This is what racing is all about.
Blimey, Richard Rossia is sticking to not Clinton Kakatan like a kangaroo to her joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side as they hit Curva del Seraglio. Oh my, Sunrider is hot on the tail of Wayne Pearson. As they come into Curva del Violone, I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside. The action is non-stop as Eddie G shadows Puppy Dog from hell through every twist and turn, determined to claim 8th. Oh, things are getting intense for Eddie G. They're sandwiched between and Puppy Dog from hell, navigating this high-speed battleground. The gap to the car ahead is 0.1 seconds, while the car behind is only 0.1 seconds away.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind create a dynamic situation for Eddie G. They must carefully manage their position while being mindful of potential overtaking opportunities.
Look at that, Wayne Pearson is hot on the tail of GTAM team. Alright, hold your horses. Sunrider is really putting the heat on Wayne Pearson. If I were Wayne Pearson, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
That's right, Rob. The pressure is palpable. The fans are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who will come out on top in this epic showdown.
Richard Rossia could be looking for a way up the inside of not Clinton Kakaten.
And they are poised to capitalize on any mistake, but who's going to make that mistake first?
Struth. If GTAM team gets any closer to Richard Rossia, they'll be asking to share a meat pie. Watch them duel it out at Seconda Curva di Lesmo. Sunrider wants to close that gap with Wayne Pearson. It's a game of inches now as not Clinton Kakaten tails Richard Rossia closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
With the way not Clinton Kakaten is stalking Richard Rosier, you'd think they're trying to figure out what they had for breakfast this morning.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Sunrider is sniffing around Wayne Pearson like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 5th.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Joe Ergu is right behind Sunrider, keeping the pressure on for 6th place.
You reckon Sunrider's sweating bullets yet, Rob? Because I'd be needing a towel by now with Ergu right behind me.
Sunrider seems to be putting the pressure on Joe Ergu.
Do they have the speed for a move, and more importantly, do they have the talent?
Oi, Sunrider's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Joe Ergu's got a battle ahead. Superb driving from Sunrider, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
Absolutely. Sunrider is really putting on a clinic out there, and they're making it look easy.
It's going to be tough. Sunrider is a master at defending their position. Is there enough time for Joe Ergu to make a move? They're going to be even more determined to hold on to that position.
Sunrider's guarding that line like a sentinel. If Ergu wants to make a move, they better have a trick up their sleeve.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Crikey, Joe Ergu's moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. They've clinched 6th.
Impressive. Ergu is really showing their skill and determination out there.
You ever wonder, Rob, how much preparation goes into each race weekend? It's not just about the driver, but the hundreds behind the scenes, making every little detail count.
Oh, absolutely. The hours spent in the simulator, the mechanics working overnight on those tweaks. Racing is as much about team spirit and dedication as it is about speed on the track. It's a collective masterpiece.
You reckon Sunrider's got a shot, mate?
I'd say it's like trying to throw a football into a moving pickup truck from 50 yards. Tough, but not impossible. The roaring engines are echoing Sunrider's battle cry. Ergu, can you hear the thunder?
With steely determination and laser focus, Richard Rossia is homing in on Megasaurus 55. The battle lines are drawn. Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Richard Rossier, lagging behind. Hold on a moment. Oof, Megasaurus 55 misjudged that corner like I misjudged my last relationship. Too fast, too soon. If I had $1 for every time Sunrider closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Joe Ergu, the thunder from down under is coming.
That driver is really pushing the limits. They're riding the curves and pushing the car to the ragged edge, looking for every last ounce of speed. Could be they're pushing too hard though, and that's only going to slow them down.
Stone the crows. Sunriders managed to trim that gap with Joe Ergu, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down that beer.
This is what racing is all about. It's anyone's game at this point. Who will come out on top?
By the looks of it, Richard Rossier in second is keen to throw another shrimp on the barbie and crank up the heat on Megasaurus 55. Hold on to your stubbies. By crikey, Richard Rossier's lap time is like a cold beer on a hot day, absolutely smashing. Megasaurus 55, you need a moment to recover? You know, back in Oz, we have a saying, flat out like a lizard drinking. That's exactly what Richard Rossier is doing right now.
I've always wondered, what's that even mean? Lizards, drinks, racing? Y'all have a wild imagination down under.
Oh, this is getting intense. Sunrider is just a few car lengths behind Joe Ergu.
The mental game is just as important here. Sunrider must keep their cool while putting pressure on Ergu.
Bloody ripper. Sunriders just made Joe Ergu look like they're on a Sunday drive with that scorcher of a lap. On a lighter note, if I could eat, I'd kill for some of the trackside snacks right about now.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, my digestion is a real mess.
Is that what the smell is? The battle for one is heating up as Richard Rossier tries to catch Megasaurus 55 in P1. Hold on to your hats, folks. Sunrider is right on the heels of Joe Ergu, and we're in for a wild ride.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Sunrider must be laser focused on Ergu's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
Blimey, Richard Rossier's more eager to catch Megasaurus 55 than a bloke at the bar at last call. Hope he's got the stamina for this chase. Tyre degradations are right pain in the arse, but Richard Rossier's handling it like a champ. Getting real up close and personal with Megasaurus 55, aren't they? Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a high-speed pursuit. Sunrider is stalking Joe Ergu's every move.
Woo-wee, there's more tension between Sunrider and Ergu than there is at a shotgun wedding. Pass the popcorn and let's see where this love story goes.
Gee whiz, Sunrider's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking.
This is where the race gets really exciting. Both drivers will be pushing to the limit to gain the advantage.
Oh, the chase is on. Not Clinton Kakatan's breathing down the neck of Richard Rossier. Not Clinton Kakatan seems to be losing the plot with Richard Rossier. They'll need to buck up their ideas as they dive into Ready Philo Tribune and aim for a ripper exit to gain some ground. Braking development. Wayne Pearson is pitting. Oof, if not Clinton Kakaten was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step. Oh, this is getting intense. Puppy Dog from Hell is just behind Wayne Pearson. Great driving from Puppy Dog from Hell, who has just gained a place and moved up to 7th.
Shoot, Puppy Dog from Hell's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into 7th.
Watching the drivers handle their cars is like watching a crop handler at a wildlife show. There's a finesse to it. But one wrong move, and you're in a world of hurt.
Oh, for sure, it's like trying to rope a bull in a rodeo. It looks easy from the stands, but up close, it's all about skill, timing, and knowing when it's about to let go.
Tell ya what, not Clinton Kakaten is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today. The gap between not Clinton Kakaten and Richard Rossia is getting smaller.
Now this is what we call real racing. It's anyone's race, wide open as a Carolina sky. Who's gonna step up and take us to victory lane?
Hal, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Rob. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. Stop the press, stone the crows. Puppy Dog from Hell's off in the bush again. Someone get him a map and compass. This is edge of the seat stuff. Richard Rossia is relentlessly hunting down Megasaurus 55. Who'll blink first? Fair dinkum, Richard Rossi is finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter.
This ain't Richard Rossier's first rodeo. They're optimizing their racing line, reducing understeer. If Megasaurus 55 ain't nervous, they sure ought to be.
Well, don't come the raw prawn. Not Clinton Kakaten's giving it some stick, pulling Richard Rossia into a mere 0.1 seconds.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
Well, it looks like we have a bit of a hold up a mo. Bloody hell. Not Clinton Kakaten just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something. Stone the crows. Richard Rossia's in second, but if I know them, Megasaurus 55's gonna cop an Aussie style sneak attack real soon.
Well, butter my biscuit. Richard Rossier's hot on Megasaurus 55's tail, and not in the way you're thinking. There's some serious wooing going on at Monza 1966 road course today.
It's like David versus Goliath out there. Richard Rossia just slung a stone and gained ground, while Megasaurus 55 is left searching for footing. You know, Rob, these pit stops always amaze me. Just a few seconds, and they change tires, refuel, adjust settings. It's like a well-choreographed dance.
Absolutely, and the precision. One slight misstep, and it could cost the race. It's an art and a testament to the pit crew's relentless training and coordination.
The chase music's playing in not Clinton Kakaten's head as they reel in GTAM team, moment by nail-biting moment.
It's a game of strategy now as not Clinton Kakaten hunts down GTAM team. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
G'day viewers, if you're just tuning in, you've picked a ripper of a moment. Megasaurus 55 is in second and they're tailgating the leader. This is edge of your seat stuff.
You bet, Rob. It's like the leader's got a drop bear in the rear-view mirror, lurking, waiting for that perfect moment to drop. Megasaurus 55 is surely smelling opportunity here.
Gee whiz, GTAM team is breathing down not Clinton Kakaten's neck. Wouldn't want to be in not Clinton Kakaten's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded. It looks like Megasaurus 55 is all over Richard Rossia. I think they are gonna press him through Curva Parabolica and try and press for a mistake. Wait, looks like that's a mistake from GTAM team. This could be costly.
Holy smokes. GTAM team's serving up some backyard barbecue with that smoke show. Just missing the ribs.
You Americans have your drive-thrus. Here, Megasaurus 55's trying to make this a drive past on Richard Rossia.
Well, let's see if they can supersize that pass, or if they'll just get a side of disappointment.
Megasaurus 55's been working the tire temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Richard Rossia. You know, mate, I was chatting with some of the pit crew earlier, and they were debating on which tire compound to use. Hard as deciding between a meat pie and a sausage roll.
Well, back in my Indy days, the choice was as clear as sweet tea or lemonade. But I reckon, here, with these changing conditions, it's more of a gamble.
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Seems like Megasaurus 55 is getting in range of Richard Rossia.
Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
Blimey, puppy dog from hell is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die. Unless it's a spider. Then just run. Bloody oath, puppy dog from hell is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to Eddie G down to a scant 0.8 seconds.
He's waiting on that golden chance like a hound on a pork chop.
Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at Assetto Corsa, friends. Even the smallest mistake can cost you valuable seconds, or even lead to a crash. But these drivers are up to the challenge, and they're giving it their all. It's clear that Assetto Corsa, friends, really is the place to be for top quality racing.
Oi, Megasaurus 55's giving it a red hot go in second. Just a few kangaroo hops behind Richard Rossia. Might see a cheeky move soon. It looks like Megasaurus 55 is making a move. The gap to Richard Rossia is now down to 0.7 seconds.
The way Megasaurus 55's conserving their energy while managing the ERS deployment? Pure artistry. They're sneaking up on Richard Rossia like a quiet storm.
This is where the true champions shine, and Richard Rossia it's all over. Richard Rossia has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now.
And that's why Richard Rossia is one of the best in the business. A dominant display of driving from start to finish, leaving the rest of the pack in the dust.
Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Megasaurus 55 certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result.
Intense race, but Megasaurus 55 held their nerve and earned a great second place.
That was an outstanding performance from Not Clinton Kakaden. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is GTAM team, Joe Ergu, Sunrider, and Wayne Pearson. Eddie G take 8th. Puppy Dog from Hell claim 9th. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Monza 1966 road course, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top of this one.
Sunrider will be feeling confident starting from pole position. As the green flag drops, keep an eye on Joe Ergu starting in second position.
The German driver will be focused on a good result from here.
The third position belongs to Jack M team. Holding strong in fourth place is not Clinton Kakaden. In the fifth position, we have Megasaurus 55 ready to tackle the race ahead. Richard Rossier is lining up sixth. Starting from the seventh position, Wayne Pearson will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win.
Expect some battling with Richard Rossier.
Starting from 8th on the grid is a good position for Eddie G to launch an attack.
But sometimes the underdog can surprise you. Let's see what they've got in the tank.
Sunrider will be looking to convert their pole position into a win.
But they can't count their chickens before they hatch. There is a long way to go.
They've gotten the green light, and crikey, it's bedlam. It's sardines out there. Gotta watch out or you might end up as roadkill.
Gotta keep a cool head in this heated race. Quick thinking and a sharp eye. That's what it takes to shine.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race. Now, isn't that a sight? Wayne Pearson hanging tight at 7th. Maybe they're waiting for everyone else to make their move. Smart as a whip, that one. It's like Sunrider started with a flat tire, slipping down the order right from the get-go.
Having raced these tracks, I can tell yaw position is everything. Sunrider losing ground this early? That's tough. Hope they got some tricks up their sleeve.
The racing is normally closely fought here at Monza 1966 road course. I think we are in for a cracking race.
It all comes down to this, Rob, where the rubber meets the road. There's no more time for talk, no more practice. The teams have done all they can. Now it comes down to Richard Rosier to bring it home.
The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. Who can keep their cool and take advantage? Bit of a cruisy start for Wayne Pearson, just filling out the track at Monza 1966 road course. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land. Sunrider wants to get into Wayne Pearson's slipstream. Mate, Richard Rossier's right up Sunrider's chuff. As they zip through Curva Grande, we're all expecting some fireworks.
If Richard Rosier gets any closer to Sunrider, they'll need to start sending out wedding invitations.
3 cars, 3 different racing strategies. One driver is defending, while the other 2 are relentlessly attacking. Who will come out on top? It's a challenging situation for Sunrider. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, Richard Rossier 0.2 seconds away and Wayne Pearson 0.2 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move. Things are heating up as Wayne Pearson closes in on Eddie G. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. Get ready, folks, with not Clinton Kakaten tailing this close to Jack M10, Curva del Vilo is about to become a hotspot. A brilliant maneuver from not Clinton Kakaten, who has just moved up the field. As a former racing driver, how important is the relationship between a driver and their team during a race?
It's absolutely crucial, Rob. The team provides valuable information and support, helping the driver make the right decisions on track. A strong bond between the driver and the team can be the difference between winning and losing.
Coming into Curva Parabolica, the fight for 6th is heating up. Who will be the first to blink?
If Eddie G gets any closer, they might as well ask Sunrider for a piggyback ride.
The adrenaline is pumping as not Clinton Kakaten gets within striking distance of Sunrider in their race for 5th. What a move, not Clinton Kakaten has moved up to 5th. Now, this is a challenging position for Sunrider. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, with Eddie G closing in 0.2 seconds behind and not Clinton Kakaten just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds.
You're right on the money, Rob. Sunrider is caught between 2 determined rivals, and the gaps to the cars ahead and behind add an extra layer of complexity. It's a delicate balance between defense and seeking opportunities.
Hal, what's the impact of tire degradation on race strategy? How does it affect a driver's approach to the race?
Tire degradation plays a crucial role in race strategy, Rob. Teams and drivers have to consider the optimal time to pit for fresh tires and adjust their race pace to balance speed with tire conservation. It adds another layer of complexity to the racing challenge.
Talk about intense. Eddie G is on Wayne Pearson's bumper. We're in for a treat as they approach Curva del Seraglio. Eddie G could be on a charge here, Hal. They have just put in a quicker lap than Wayne Pearson. Well, if it isn't not Clinton Kakaten, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Eddie's got Wayne Pearson in their crosshairs. Joe Ergu wants to find a way round not Clinton Kakaten. Looks like Richard Rossier tried the old dingo stole my race line trick. A tad too clever by half. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
With Jorg you on the hunt, not Clinton Cockadon better not blink. Every split second counts in this tango.
Joe Ergu's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with not Clinton Cockadon. It's like chasing a roux on a motorbike. How do racing drivers, like yourself back in the day, Hal, train themselves to maintain concentration for long periods of time?
Mental training is a huge part of a driver's preparation, Rob. Techniques like meditation, visualization, and working with sports psychologists can help drivers build their focus and mental endurance for a race.
Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Wayne Pearson's not letting Sunrider have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Sunrider, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate. Remember when we thought Wayne Pearson had peaked? Think again, they're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Sunrider's mirrors awfully busy. If Richard Rossier goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available. Looks like Richard Rossier remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. Breaking news, folks. Struth. Joe Ergu's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment.
Well, slap my head and call me silly. Jorg you just made a doozy of a blunder.
We got a close battle as Wayne Pearson closes in on Sunrider. Wayne Pearson is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.43 seconds down. Speaking of gambles, mate, what's your take on these mid-race fuel stop strategies? I reckon it's like deciding when to throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Timing is everything, like deciding when to pull out the moonshine at a family reunion. Wait too long, and you'll miss the party.
Richard Rossier is running third. They are trying to catch Jack M team.
In this high-speed game of chess, it's all about strategy. Who will make the next move?
Sunrider could be looking for a way up the inside of Wayne Pearson.
I might have said this before, but dog, bone.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. By the looks of it, Sunrider reckoned Monza 1966 road course had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one. With every twist and turn, Richard Rossier is shadowing Jack M team, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt. Not much room to breathe for puppy dog from hell with Wayne Pearson trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at Curva Parabolica. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Wayne Pearson for nabbing 7th.
That kind of move? That's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm. Did we just witness a gambit?
It seems Wayne Pearson is recalibrating, now at 8th. Hold on to your seats. Sunrider's turning the heat up on Wayne Pearson, closing in for the kill.
It's a dance of titans, a symphony of engines, and Sunrider's tempo is rising.
A great pass for Sunrider as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Wayne Pearson has lost ground.
Yes, but Sunrider can't rest on their laurels. They have to keep pushing to consolidate their position.
The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of incredible. Sorry to interrupt here, but a tough moment for Sunrider, who has just lost a place, dumping them down to 9th. Phew, talk about foreplay. Jack M team and Richard Rossier are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date.
It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop.
Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Jack M team's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Richard Rossier. This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Not Clinton Kakaten is the predator, with GTAM team firmly in their sights.
The stopwatch doesn't lie, and the shrinking gap is telling a tale of a hunter closing in on its prize.
Blimey, not Clinton Kakaten's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub. Stone the crows, not Clinton Kakaten's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, third. Blimey, GTAM team's gunning it in fourth. Just a whisker behind not Clinton Kakaten. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild. The gap between GTAM team and not Clinton Kakaten is widening. It's now up to 1.0 seconds. As a former racing driver, how challenging was it to adapt your driving style to account for tire degradation throughout a race?
It was a constant challenge, Rob. Tire degradation can change the car's balance and handling, so drivers need to be versatile and adaptable. It requires continuous adjustments to driving techniques and a keen understanding of the car's behavior.
It looks like not Clinton Kakaten is pushing hard to catch up to Richard Rossia. The gap is over a second, but not Clinton Kakaten is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Richard Rossia? Struth, not Clinton Kakaten's not here to muck about. The gap to Richard Rossia is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footy, now at 1.0 seconds.
Now this is what I call some high-octane excitement. Both drivers pedal down, looking to grab the brass ring.
You reckon GTAM team saw a spider in the cockpit? Cause they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central. Fair dinkum, I reckon not Clinton Kakaten's got that thirsty look in his eyes. Wants to share a cold one with Richard Rossia in the front. Good news for not Clinton Kakaten, the gap to Richard Rossia has decreased. It's now down to 0.5 seconds. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Puppy Dog from Hell, who is currently in P9. But Sunrider is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Puppy Dog from Hell.
Well, butter my biscuit, Puppy Dog from Hell's hanging back like they're waiting for an inheritance. But ain't nobody dying up front.
It's game on now. Puppy Dog from Hell has closed the gap to Sunrider. It's now down to 15.6 seconds. I've seen kangaroos jump less than the sparks between not Clinton Kakaten and Richard Rossia. It's almost like a Saturday night date, but with a lot more rubber burning.
It's a pressure cooker out there. Every second shaved off means not Clinton Kakaten's a step closer to tasting victory.
Mate, not Clinton Kakaten's creeping up on Richard Rossia like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear.
Not Clinton Kakaten's suspension setups really letting them carry speed into the apex, catching up to Richard Rosier like molasses in winter.
Did you ever think about the physics at play here? The G-forces these drivers feel, especially during tight corners. It's mind-boggling.
Absolutely, Rob. And it's not just the car's engineering, but the human body's resilience and adaptability. The way these drivers train to withstand and use those forces to their advantage. It's an art form combined with sheer grit.
Blimey, Wayne Pearson's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch.
Whoa there, Jack M team is sticking to not Clinton Kakaten like glue. You reckon not Clinton Kakaten's feeling the pressure? Cause I sure would. I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Jack M team's just breezed into third. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Wayne Pearson trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Puppy Dog from hell. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Wayne Pearson close in enough to mount a challenge?
Lordy, it's like Wayne Pearson's driving with a boot full of moonshine. I haven't seen a gap that big since Uncle Jeb lost his front teeth.
The gap between Wayne Pearson and Puppy Dog from hell is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun. You know, Hal, during a long race like this, how easy is it for a driver to experience a lapse in concentration?
It can be quite easy, Rob. With so many factors to consider and the intense focus required, even the most experienced drivers can have a momentary lapse. That's why mental training and staying in the zone are so important.
The race is really heating up. Not Clinton Kakaten is hunting down Jack M team with everything they've got.
Now, ain't that something? Not Clinton Kakaten's car is humming like a Sweet Carolina tune. He's looking to take Jack M team for a spin around the dance floor at Monza 1966 road course.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Puppy Dog from hell will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops. The gap between Puppy Dog from hell and Wayne Pearson is growing. It's now up to 5.4 seconds. It's a close race between not Clinton Kakaten and Jack M team in third.
This is the moment where legends are made. These drivers will go down in history as the ones who fought tooth and nail for the top spot.
It seems like not Clinton Kakaten is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. Megasaurus 55 isn't just racing. They're weaving a narrative, sitting proudly in first.
Oh, spot on. With the way Megasaurus 55 controls that first, you'd think they've got the track's blueprints.
Crikey, Megasaurus 55's flat out like a lizard drinking, pulling away from Richard Rossia with quite a clip.
Megasaurus 55's looking tougher to pass than a kidney stone, driving with the authority of a southern sheriff.
Looks like not Clinton Kakaten is chasing Jack M team harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right? It's like Megasaurus 55 has saved all their energy for this final stretch. The leader has just finished the race. A fantastic result for Megasaurus 55. What a fantastic race from Richard Rossia, who brings it home in second place. Well done to Jack M team for securing third place on the podium. In fourth, it's not Clinton Kakaten. Taking fifth is Joe Ergue. Eddie G in sixth. Sunrider end in 7th. Eighth sees Puppy Dog from Hell, with Wayne Pearson in 9th.